welcome to another episode of Madge Unmuted. I am your host, Madge Madigan. As you see in front of me, I'd like to introduce you to that guy that's doing the stuff back there.
Hey now, don't tell him everything I'm doing back here. Gets kind of creepy when I'm by myself with all these gadgets.
I don't want to know what you're doing back there.
Yeah,
just pay attention to this. It's Fitz, Scott Fitzgerald of RockFox Studios.
Greetings.
Check him out, rockfox.com, for all your recording needs. You want to do podcasts, you want to do whatever, some music, whatever.
I got a lot of people calling in to do whatever, which is pretty cool.
Yeah, whatever is big on the list. So, okay, speaking of recording, I'm going to introduce you to my guest. Yes, it's another Dunkirk homeboy. Pretty soon I'm going to go through everybody in the city of Dunkirk. We have Grasshopper, the infamous Sean Mackowiak, founding member of Mercury Rev. Hello!
Hello!
How are you, darling?
I'm doing very well.
You're in Kingston, New York.
Yes.
Is that like a condensed area, or is that like that guy on the YouTube thing that you did that thinks it's in the middle of the Adirondack?
It's a nice little city, 90 miles. It's in the Hudson Valley, 90 miles north of New York City.
See, we don't want to talk about you and your stuff. We want to know all the famous people that you've been with. No, I'm kidding.
That you've been with?
No, I mean not been with, like performed with.
What kind of show you running here, Madge?
You know what kind.
I know.
No, okay, Sean, or Grasshopper. You are the lead guitarist, founding member of the critically acclaimed band Mercury Rev.
Mm-hmm. It's true.
You know what? I have to ask you, I was doing research and I saw like several different variations of the formation of the band. And it said that one said you started in high school, one said you started in college.
Mm-hmm.
Which
college? College. Yeah, with people I met. Yeah, it's SUNY Buffalo.
Very cool. So look, I want to show you. Fitz, are you able to put that picture up I sent?
Yeah, it's up.
Oh, okay.
You can't see it, but he can.
Uh-huh.
Can you see that picture?
I
Do
certainly
you
can.
happen to remember what that is from?
Is that The King and I?
Did we do The King and I or Camelot? Must have been I don't know.
There was a king involved. That's
Either way, it was either The King and I
either way,
or Camelot.
there was kings.
I was a sophomore, you were a freshman, correct?
Yeah.
And we had a little after party at my house, and that was us taking off our theatrical makeup in my bathroom.
Thank God, because when you sent me those pictures, I was like, what the hell's wrong with this picture? It's creeping me out, and I don't know why. Are you guys Muppets? What the hell is that?
We were Muppets. Yeah.
Yes.
We were in a past life. Now we're animatronic right now, right?
What?
Go plug in.
Okay, that was enough there. Okay, you started like playing like the Buffalo scene, and did you play in Toronto at all, or just not really?
I did with other bands though. With Mercury Rev, we didn't play that much. We were just recording a lot, and so really like some of our first shows were in London and England and stuff. But I was playing in Buffalo and other bands and things that at the Continental and in Toronto.
Oh, very nice. Did you played London? Did you play France?
Yes.
I know where you're going with that.
Did you see anybody's underpants? Sorry.
I did.
You did. That's part of being a rock star. That's what happens.
Please share.
That's why you start playing music.
Did anybody do a Tom Jones and throw their panties on stage for you?
It's not unusual to be. No, they didn't do that too much.
Not too much?
I saw Tom Jones. Not too much but I saw Tom Jones around that time period, and there was mountains of panties for him.
Oh my God. Where did you see him?
I actually saw him in New York at the Limelight, which was like really weird.
Wow. Okay, wait. Was it around the time where he was doing Kiss, the cover version of Prince's Kiss?
I think it was. I think it was. Yeah.
Yep, he had a big hit. I still have the 12-inch vinyl of that. Why? I don't know.
You have to.
Yeah, I saved all my old vinyl. Did you?
I have most of it. A few got destroyed, but I have most of it.
I had a bad habit of selling mine for beer money in college, so I don't have a lot of them anymore, but I have a bunch.
Yeah, I kept most of it. 90%.
Oh, good. Okay, so you have done 12 studio albums?
Something like that. I don't even know. Yeah.
One tends to lose count after too many studio albums, Madge. Come on, get with the program.
Sorry.
No, it's true, though.
Okay, so let me tell you, Fitz was a musician in a past life.
Failed musician.
Steve, I'm not a failed musician. What did you say that genre of music that you did?
It doesn't exist. It was like avant-garde.
Yeah, but you had some name for it. That group, what'd you say, Mr. Bungle?
Mr. Bungle, yeah, it's like
Mr. Bungle.
Avant-garde metal, like experimental stuff. It was. It doesn't have a very. It actually has a big following, but not for everybody.
Sean doesn't know anything about avant-garde, do you?
No, I don't. No,
that was a leading question. What kind of music is Mercury Rev?
Avant-garde.
Is it really?
No,
it really is.
I mean,
like, why haven't
we I mean, I studied in Buffalo with Tony Conrad, who helped start the Velvet Underground, and he was a big minimalist composer who. And I was hanging out at the knitting factories.
Whoa! That's crazy. Hanging out with John Zorn and those guys.
Bill Frisell.
Oh man,
the Lounge Lizards.
That's incredible. That's incredible. They're gods.
Damn.
Yeah.
Madge.
I feel so inadequate now.
When I first moved to New York, and the first place I went was to the knitting factory, and John Lurie was there from the Lounge Lizards, like sitting at the bar, and I said, "Wow, this is like amazing," because I saw Down by Law, the film he was in with Tom Waits, like a few months before that, and then there he is, and I'm like, "Wow,
damn!" What year did you move?
In 1990. 1989, 90.
Oh man, what a time to be moved to. So you guys moved to New York City from Buffalo or from Dunkirk?
I did, yeah.
You did.
In Dunkirk. Then I went to University of Buffalo. Then I moved to New York. Yeah.
Wow.
And yeah.
What a time
CBG.
to move to New York.
I lived in the East Village on 3rd and
did
B.
you?
You have to if you're any kind of an artist worth your salt.
What was your address in the East Village?
Well, I was on 3rd and
streets.
B. 3rd and B on the corner there. Yeah.
You were in the thick of it, dude. My son,
As they say,
what?
I was going to say, as they say, back then you could get a bag of heroin easier than you could get a ham sandwich or a pack of cigarettes. On 3rd and
Yes, they did.
Great neighborhood.
Just watch out for the needles on the sidewalk. Now,
Step around the needles.
And we're walking. Oh, watch the needles.
Whoops.
I used to go to New York a lot when I was a kid because I had relatives down that way. And then I used to go a lot in college. And my son then ended up going to NYU. So I had he started there in 2012. He graduated in 2016. So, when I took him, I had to drag his ass everywhere to that I went. Look, this is Washington Square Park, and they had beatboxes and break dancers, and then I saw the Beastie Boys over at Cozy.
Yeah.
Yeah. One thing I'm now I can't believe you got away with it, but I think it's hilarious that your second album was entitled Bosies.
Yes. Yeah, it had to be.
That's a very regional joke. It's a
Well,
very
Yeah.
local joke, right?
even
Yeah.
especially where we grew up, the Bosies was more known for like where they sent like behavioral problem
Yeah.
and
I mean, I didn't even grow up in this area, and I know
okay.
that.
Special ed. So we were really mean and awful back then.
Everybody is, from what I understand. That's like, yeah.
Now you go there and be like a mechanic or a chef.
Yeah,
Back then,
or a
it was
beautician or a cosmetologist.
exactly. Back then, it was just a lot of short bus kids. Sorry, that's
There's
terrible.
nothing wrong
Really?
with being on the short bus, is there, Madge?
No, there's
Well,
not.
Of course not.
That's why we named the album that, because we were that.
Because you guys were the Bosies, right?
were the
You were like
Bosies.
the Bosies musicians.
Exactly, yeah.
Yeah. See?
Mm-hmm.
And we're walking, and we're walking.
Did anybody ever give you shit for that or anything, or wag their
Not
finger
really.
at
I
you?
mean, no, they thought it was great. I think it was, it's like saying, you're a punk. Back before there was punk, it was like, that was a bad,
Yeah,
you're kind
you're a
of
little
like,
punk.
but yeah, it's funny because when we play in Italy and stuff, they say, "We love your second record, Boches."
I was going to ask that. I was going to say, does anyone outside of this area ever pronounce it properly? Or they say bosses or boches?
Or like they give
Yeah.
us like bocce sets here.
Well,
Potato.
you are half Italian, right?
That's right. Yes.
Just a good half, right?
Hey-o.
Hey, so I forgive my ignorance. So tell me about, so you guys, did you start the band when you were up in Dunkirk, or did you start the band in New York?
We already talked about this, Fitz.
in Buffalo. We
In
started
Buffalo.
in Buffalo. Yeah. And
Well, because when I asked about moving to New York, he said he moved to New York, and so I got a little confused. I don't have the background
I know.
that you have with this gentleman. I am trying to discover this on my own. No thanks to you.
we were
You
kind
are
of like
right.
spread. We were spread out all over and getting together. We were recording in Fredonia at the studio at Fredonia, our first record. It was Dave Fridman's, who's gone on to be famous doing the Flaming Lips and MGMT and the Mogwai and lots of stuff. But
What was that
he
again? I need to...
Mogwai?
Mogwai, but he was a friend of mine from back in Fredonia, and yeah, that was our first record was like his senior project.
Oh no!
Oh, cool.
That's pretty cool.
So, was he was a student at Fredonia? Or what'd you
Yes,
say?
but he was
But
in the
yeah,
Tone
but-
My Favorite program, but he was from Buffalo.
Right. Yeah, because not too many people, since I'm the shittiest interviewer on the planet, Fitz, I'm going to explain that Fredonia State University is, Dunkirk and Fredonia are like this. And Fredonia State has a phenomenal music program. And
That's right. My son is going to Fredonia in August.
get
That's
the
right.
fuck out.
He's a jazz guy. He's a trombone player.
You know who
Cool.
else is a famous trombone player from Dunkirk? Grasshopper?
Sean McGraw.
Yes!
He's got
Oh,
a
yeah,
different
that's
name
right.
now.
The other guy that we interviewed from Dunkirk,
Yeah,
or one of the other guys that we interviewed from Dunkirk.
We've had everybody. We've had Sean, we've had Wendy Corsi, Staub, we had Rich Corsi, her cousin, we had Bob Rush. We've just had a cavalcade, I'm telling you. But because we had the coolest people there, did we not?
We totally did.
We
For the
had
most
it was
part.
such a bizarre upbringing. I think it made us all really interesting. But anyway, so Fredonia State. And actually, and that's what we got a lot of our music ed from, because I don't know about you, but I used to go to shows, performances there all the time.
Me too.
Like, yeah.
And the radio station.
Oh, yes. We used to listen to the radio station. And I remember, my parents would take us to like the whatever orchestra playing like Peter and the Wolf, and then some Trinidad Tobago steel band, cool. And then we would go see shit like Asia, Lou Reed, the Tubes, Joe Jackson, all those concerts. Spyro Gyra. But it was a really great. There's a really neat community there, and of course you have Buffalo, which also has an incredible music scene. And at UB, you had you had a really good department there. You did communications or? I did like communications and media study. Yeah, it was really good, and like the English program, like it was just like all really good there. Yeah. UB is phenomenal. And now they have like amazing medical, dental, and law school now. So everybody send your kids there.
When are they sending the check for that plug?
Everybody go to UB.
And no, they didn't give my kids shit for financial aid. That's why he went to NYU.
Go figure.
They're always asking me for money. Jeez.
Now you're paying for everybody else's education. So how did you do that though? If you were in New York, did you guys like all go back to meet up and record, or? Yeah, we would go back. Yeah, we'd go back to Fredonia and record, and in Buffalo at some studios in Buffalo and stuff. Yeah, and then we mixed all our records outside of Saratoga in this place Argyle, which is near Saratoga. So very cool. Oh, that I watched that podcast of that guitar thing, and you mentioned and I read this, and then he asked the question. I was so glad about the monastery story. Yeah. So yeah, the first thing I read is that. Okay, I urge you all to go look up Mercury Rev. Google them, and there is the most interesting fucking shit. There's all kinds of stories that you never know what's true or not. Is that right? Yeah, the problem is most of it is true. That's unfortunately There is no Camp Sunshine, is there? Camp Sunshine, no. Oh, the juvenile detention camp where you all met? Okay, so it says, this one story, I think it's on your Wikipedia. It says you went and spent 6 months in a monastery in Spain. And dude asked you that question and you clarified it. Could you please tell what the real translation is? The real deal was I only went for like 2 or 3 weeks to a monastery, and it was like it was like a retreat kind of thing, that anybody could go to. But then it got blown into the story where I went for like 6 months into a Spanish monastery, which I didn't do that, or 6 years or 6 months. But the funny thing that relates to my podcast is, where was the monastery actually? Retreat house? It's outside of Rochester. I said you got your shit together there and you liked it? yeah, totally.
Hey, what dates did you it said that you guys played some of the Lollapalooza tour in 93.
Yes. We did most of the West Coast. We did
oh, really?
We were so there's the 2 stages. We were on the smaller stage. Yeah. We did like San Francisco and outside of LA.
That's awesome.
Denver. Yeah,
because when I grew up in South Florida, so I remember Lollapalooza. I remember absolutely loving the smaller stage bands because we had never heard of them. They were like these crazy freaking bands. So I was just thinking, I was kind of hoping that I saw you guys back then, but because I just remember loving all those bands. So that's awesome.
Yeah. Oh, thanks. Yeah. Didn't Mr. Bungle play?
No, but I think Mike Patton played with Faith No More.
Right. Yeah, that's right.
Yeah, that was.
Do you know him?
Pretty...
I know everybody in the music world knows each other.
Yep. I do.
Yeah, no, I didn't do any research. I apologize. But now I'm looking at the Wikipedia. I'm like, oh, these guys are for real.
I'm telling you, I posted. Yeah, go figure. I thought I heard somewhere, and this may be more part of your lore, that like David Bowie was a fan.
Oh yeah, he was. Yeah, he invited us. We played. He books this. There used to be this. I think there still is. It's called Meltdown Festival in London. So they get different artists to curate it, and he curated one year, and he had us play. And so we're in the rehearsal studios in London, getting ready to play, and I look over, and he's standing there watching us, and I was like, "Oh my God, that's David Bowie! Oh my God!" And so we finished our rehearsal, and we hung out and talked with him. And I said, it's really weird because 2 days ago I was in Woodstock at the Landau Grill, and I was outdoors before we flew to London, and your wife Iman was sitting at the table next to me, and he goes, "Yeah, she told me she's a huge Mercury Rev fan." I was like,
damn.
Wow. So that was cool,
Wow.
He said,
I would say,
he said they used to listen to our record Deserter songs at the end of when their parties were winding down, and
wow,
Sunday night. So
that's a pretty damn good compliment, right? Yeah, we used to listen to your stuff to kind of get ourselves back.
Yeah.
Well, a lot of your stuff is kind of not ambient,
psychedelic.
No, like shoegaze kind of.
Yeah,
ambient?
well, the early stuff, and then, but yeah, like Deserter songs is more kind of like is more like orchestral kind of rock, something to wind down the day with, and so that's the one. That's the one he really loved.
Oh, because, wait, what was the one I love that song, "Goddess on a Highway"?
Yeah, that's from Deserter.
Love that
songs,
one.
yeah.
And today, when I was promoting on Facebook that I was going to go into the studio and you're going to be here, I posted like my favorite Mercury Rev song, the cover of "If You Want Me to Stay."
Oh yeah.
The Sly and the Family Stone, fucking jam. I love that, but I love all the like weird shit that makes up the background. I mean, you know what? It reminds me of like like a cappella when they do all the instruments with their mouth. That
Yeah.
You're way ahead of your time, Grasshopper.
Thank you, Madge.
You're welcome. Anytime.
Who do you fanboy about? Do you have anybody that you fanboy about?
I love. Well, we played a bunch of times with John Cale from the Velvet Underground, and just meeting him and playing with him was like amazing. And he's a great guy.
Damn. Is there anybody that you haven't met that you really want to meet? Well, I guess alive or dead. You got to meet Bowie. I'd probably just say that's enough. I got
done.
enough.
That's enough right there.
I'm out.
Caught my limit. He'll remember as he's falling asleep tonight. Oh, it's that guy.
Text me tonight. We'll insert it at the end.
I'd rather meet like Josh Allen or something from the Buffalo Bills. That would be like,
Hell yes. Go Bills.
I want to party with that. Or like Seth Rogen. I'd like to party with that guy,
That's an interesting guy to want to party with. The other thing I had to ask you about that podcast that you did, you were talking about being a dad, and now you're my age, and you're a new-ish dad.
Yeah.
You got the youngins.
Got some little.
You got some little tykes. What, like 6?
4 and 6.
Oh, Jesus, Mary and Joseph. God bless you. But anyway, you said the cutest thing. I forget what the question was that he asked you, and you said, "Oh, looking at the world through a child's eyes," and you said, "Daddy, look at the moon. It's looking at us."
Oh yeah, isn't that beautiful?
That is beautiful.
That's what we have to. That's what we have to keep as adults. That kind of seeing the world like through those eyes. That's what makes
yeah, I know.
Fresh.
Scott, isn't that cool? Fitz, isn't that a cool thing to say?
Oh yeah, absolutely.
My God,
From the mouths of babes.
Exactly.
I was still hung up on the fact that you're in your early 50s or something like that.
Mid-50s.
Mid-50s, and you've got 2 little kids like that. Yeah, I was still hung up on that fact. My kids are in their teens. You know, one of them's going to college. I'm like, I'm done. You still hung up on it too, I'm sure.
You're Mr. Mom, though, aren't you?
I have been, yeah. During this pandemic, I have been, yeah.
Quick question, and then we're going to play a little game. You said your wife was, I don't know if you're being facetious, but it sounds like your wife is makeup and hairdresser to the stars.
Yes, she is. It is true. She owns a couple salons, but yeah, she's worked on Broadway and at at BAM and at the American American Ballet Theater at Lincoln Center and stuff like that. And yeah.
How is she faring during COVID?
She's doing amazing. I mean, they were closed for about 6 weeks, and then they got in all these like heavy duty filters, and they only have a few people in at a time. And
I see what
they
mean.
wear like
the shields and shit.
Heavy duty stuff. Yeah.
Cool, man. Does she do a lot? I mean, I would imagine now, since there's like a lot of video, a lot of Zoom, a lot of shit. Is she doing makeup for like video?
Yeah. She's been doing some of that. She's been doing that. Look, she just did mine. No, she didn't.
Did she do your hair?
She did my hair, yeah.
Your hair was a different color when you were a kid. Well, so was mine, but that's what we do.
I was a dirty blonde.
You were. Yeah. Is that the color, or were you? No, I'm kidding.
Well, after that, that photo you showed of us, my hair was like spray painted black. So then that's when after that, how could I go back?
Exactly. All right, so we're gonna play a game.
Okay.
Just quick quiz. It's a game of Would You Rather. Okay, I'm gonna go to the first one. Since I had mentioned that you're half Italian, and wait, did you? Yeah, Italian, and half Polish.
Yes. Mackowiak.
Mackowiak. Wait, what's your mom's maiden name? Sorry.
Ianella.
Oh, well, there you go.
Ianella. Cecilia.
So, speaking of those two things, would you rather do the polka or tarantella?
I think I'd rather do the tarantella.
Okay. I don't even know what that entails, but it's a cool name.
They're probably similar.
Don't you need napkins or something? Or is that something else?
Yeah.
That's a Greeks.
Clarinets.
That's the thing. Okay, I forgot to mention this. Grasshopper, Sean, we both played clarinet in band. I think, Sean, by like freshman year, you were like first chair or something, weren't you? Meanwhile, I permanently stayed last seat, third chair for like the entirety of my high school years because I just didn't give a shit.
By senior year, you was under the chair. Hey!
Did you
What
go on
made
that?
you?
Did you go on the trip when we played for Ronald Reagan? Do you remember that? Like in
Yeah, it was the Washington D.C. one. It was when I was a sophomore.
Yeah, and I was a freshman. It was like it was the Cherry Blossom Festival or something.
Yes.
Yeah.
And we were all drunk.
And we were wasted. Oh my god.
Well,
Southern
actually, I mean,
comfort.
the drinking age was only 18, so
It was.
you know. All right, so that I'm guessing those two sides is where you decided to play clarinet.
So BJ's. I used to go there when I was like 16 because I had my brother's ID, and back then I don't even think there was like a picture on the ID. It was just like a piece of paper.
It was a green piece of paper. Yeah, I started going.
I was gonna say Billy Padeye. Billy Padeye, the guy who owned it. He was just like, "Oh, you're a Mackowiak. I don't care if you're Bob or Sean. Just go ahead." And,
That's how it was. I'm the youngest of 6, and they're like, "Oh, just another Madigan." But like to get in Sonny's, you remember my sister Jane was Bob's year, and I used to use hers because it was a green piece of paper and same height and eye color, and they never even asked for it. I just have to say, I love your Cooks and Jenny tray up on the wall there.
Oh yeah,
I have a Cook's beer tray in my kitchen too. It's a steak. Okay. All right. Would you rather have comfortable shoes or comfortable underwear?
Comfortable underwear.
My kind of guy. All right. Oh, here's a good one. Since we were talking about the past, would you rather go back in the past and give your younger self a hug or kick your ass?
A hug. A nice big hug.
Oh. All right. Last one. Speaking of that, how did your mother was like 3 feet shorter than your dad? How did they hug? Did she stand on a chair?
My dad would go down on his knees, I think.
They were so cute. I had your dad for social studies in junior high.
Yeah.
Your parents were the shit. I love them.
Good people.
Good people. Mine were too. My mother loved you. She loved all the funny boys.
I remember your mom like slightly, but I'm trying to think.
Yeah, Madeline. I mean, I moved away
Madeline,
junior year. Yeah, Tom and Madeline. And Madeline was a pistol. She liked Joni. So okay, one big huge question before I let you go. This is very important.
Mm-hmm.
Playing guitar, if you were asked to like tour or whatever you do, would you rather have to play for Daughtry or Nickelback?
That is a tough one. That's the worst. That's the worst one of these questions I've ever heard anyone pose.
Thank you.
That is, I feel for you, my friend. That's a tough one. I'm just going to step out for a smoke.
Daughtry.
Good answer. Good answer. Daughtry.
There's actually a
Rochester's own Elvio Fernandez.
Exactly.
Is in that band. That's right.
Yes, he is.
Chuck Mangione.
Chuck and Gap.
Chuck and Gap. I saw them many times when I was a child.
Yeah, me too. I've seen, before COVID.
Feels so
that
good.
Was your brother used to sit behind me in band and play trumpet, and he used to be an asshole and move right close to my head, blast it in my ear. Good times. But no, I before COVID, I used to go to like black tie events and stuff here, benefits. Like every other one, Gap Mangione was
doing his thing.
Playing the piano. Didn't you have to do that, Fitz?
No. Do what?
I think I have a couple Gap Mangione records.
Really? I was unaware that he had a
He did.
Wait, who? Oh, real quick. I was trying to think of who back in the day were the who were the local bands that used to play in Buffalo, but I can't remember. But did you ever know there was a Buffalo band called the Femmes?
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
I still have a cassette.
Go to a party and act like an
asshole. Go to a party and get fucked up.
Yeah.
Go to a party, yeah, you're an asshole. I'll kick your ass. Best song ever.
I saw them many times, yeah. And the Jumpers.
I am so jealous. Oh my God. But anyway, I still have the cassette of that one, that Go to a Party and Act Like an Asshole. It's my theme song.
I love that song.
I know. Well, what do you got on wrapping it up here? What do you got cooking? You got.
We're working on a new record for Bella Union, and we have a bunch of re-releases of our old albums in deluxe editions coming. A few came out, but a few more are coming out in the next few months, and that's on Cherry Red Records out of the UK, but they're available in the US. And there's all this extra material and artwork and stuff.
Oh, cool. Were you big in Japan? That's
not too bad. Yeah, I know. Because I'm big in Japan.
I'm big in Japan. Was it Alphaville?
Yes.
Yes. Oh my
Something
God,
like that,
where do
yeah.
I?
CFNY.
What'd you say?
CFNY.
Yes, that's where we got all the good music out of Canada. Anyway, so you're working. Where does someone find your records and tapes and 8-tracks?
Any fine local establishment that sells vinyl and it's all on Pandora, Apple Music, and all those LimeWire or LimeWire. Yeah, it's like
Napster.
Napster.
You get on the Napster. Yeah.
On the Nap.
Spend 4 hours to download a 3-minute song. Yeah.
Or you can watch it for free on YouTube, and then we don't make any money, and you can do that too.
We don't want to do that. We don't want to do that. But go out and buy it, kids. You can order it online though too.
Oh yeah, at our website www.mercuryrev.com, and there's the store there, www.mercuryrev.com, and we sell it all there. But yeah, you can buy stuff on Bandcamp and through Amazon.
I gotta go see if Record Archive has it.
The Record Archive, yeah, great place.
It's the place to go. I worked there briefly before COVID. I loved it. Anyway, Grasshopper, thank you for joining us. You're the best. Hang on one second. Fitz, you still there?
I'm here.
I want to thank Fitz for being my producer. Check out rockfox.com. Check out Grasshopper.
Little outro music?
Yes. MercuryRev.com. And you're on, Twitter as Grasshopper? Check that out. Me, please like, share, and subscribe. Everything is Madge Madigan on social media, and my YouTube channel is, which you're probably on, is Madge Unmuted. Again, Grasshopper, Shawnee, I want to thank you so much, love. Hope we can talk again soon.
I know. It's been years.
Yes, it has. It was so much fun. Okay, until next week. Thank you so much.
Thank you.
We'll see you next Thursday.
Bye-bye.
Not you, but everybody else.